Super Bowl 49 is almost upon us. You got the defending Super Bowl champs in one corner, the Seattle Seahawks, and the New England Patriots in the other. All last week, all we heard about was Deflategate, and Tom Brady doesn't know anything, and Bill Belichick trying to give us a science lesson. This week, it's been all about just trying not to get fined. This is the Word with G podcast. I'm your host, Greg Larnard, where you sit back and listen, and I'll explain. Today, we're going over the key players, the X factors, if you will, for both sides. We'll start with Seattle. I believe the defensive backs are going to play a huge role in this game, namely Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. As we know, they got banged up in the Green Bay game a couple of weeks ago. Richard Sherman with his elbow, Earl Thomas with his shoulder. They both were able to play most of that game, stayed in the game, played the rest of the game. They will play on Super Sunday, but it's just a chance of if they get injured further or not on Sunday. Because if they get injured further on Super Bowl Sunday and can't participate fully in the game, and I know it's going to take a lot for these two guys to completely come out of the game, but if they do, you're going to be seeing a lot of Jeremy Lane and Deshaun Chet. And if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, definitely do not want to see that on Super Bowl Sunday. It's not going to bode well for your team. So the key is, for you two guys, just stay on the field. Do whatever you can, stay healthy, but stay aggressive. Disrupt the timing between Tom Brady, the wide receivers, the tight ends, and the running backs. And oh yeah, you've got to deal with Rob Gronkowski, so good luck with that one. But although, since Cam Chancellor and Bobby Wagner have come back from injury, Seattle defense has done a very nice job on tight ends since week 6. They've only allowed 48 receptions, 503 yards, and an average of 10.4 yards. So believe me, Cam Chancellor is going to have his eyes on Rob Gronkowski in this matchup. Depending on where he is on the field, he's going to be looking for him, and you sure as heck he's going to get physical with him and cover him. So that's going to be a good matchup. I'm looking forward to that, especially Cam Chancellor, Rob Gronkowski, and you got to see if the defensive backs can stay on the field, namely Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. So now let's go to the New England Patriots. For me, I believe it's got to be Shane Vereen. In order for the New England passing game and running game to be successful in this matchup, Shane Vereen will need to be a big part of the passing game. He had 52 receptions this year, 447 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He can create favorable matchups from the backfield, much like the Green Bay Packers do with Randall Cobb, putting him in the backfield, getting him matched up on linebackers. Do the same thing with Shane Vereen. If you can do that, he'll be a safety blanket for Tom Brady. And if the wide receivers and tight ends having trouble getting open down the field, which I'm sure they probably will against this vaunted secondary of the Seattle Seahawks, that'll be a great thing if Shane Vereen can get into the check down lanes, go offer some screens. That'll really help the passing game out. And this will also allow room for the running game for himself and for LeGarrette Blount against a tough Seattle front. So there you have it, your two X factors in this Super Bowl 49 matchup. Seattle Seahawks, the defensive backs, namely Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. And for the New England Patriots, it's going to be Shane Vereen. I'll be back tomorrow with keys to the game and my prediction on the outcome. So this has been The Word with G. I'm your host, Greg Larnard. You sit back and listen, and I'll explain. We'll catch you next time.